Welcome to I Am the Hero, hopefully a world record, and definitely a submission video. I'm here with Fuski-san.
Hi.
He just told us that he has 434 games, and one of the games he had recommended to me off of his list, after going through them and deciding what games we could play together, was I Am the Hero. So it went on sale this week. It seems to go on sale every maybe few months. So I had to pick it up. I'm glad I did, and I'm looking forward to showing it off. Let's get started. Let's get hype. And time is going to start on when we choose the difficulty. We're going to be doing standard. This is the any percent new game category, or new game plus category. So time starts at three, two, one,
Two,
go.
one.
All right. So this game has fairly easy controls. I've actually mapped them to my keyboard. Um, but uh, if you use the control pad, you can actually play just as well. It's just that there's a specific super move in this game that we're going to be using later that tends to have a little bit of trouble coming out on the PS3 controller, other game pads, and sometimes this game also does not like to let me indoors like it did there. So what's to talk about in this game? So you have three attacks. Fusi-san, you want to explain the controls, or
Mm, Not really. I was really not good at this game. I was just spending this game though.
you're not bad at this game. It's a hard game. Like you got pretty much like all the way through it.
But I'm stuck in the level in the normal mode. So
Yeah, no, this game it really does trip you up on certain levels. Uh, and the main mechanic of this game that's really used for the speed run is the critical attack. So you have your normal light attack, you have your heavy attack, and then you have your charge attack. And this changes based on the characters that you're using. So in our case, we're using the whip girl. I don't remember the character's name, but basically it's just when you get New Game Plus, you're basically unlocking characters from the actual game. So that could actually be an incentive for uh, for your event if you want to see like a different character rather than her. You can pretty much play with everyone in normal mode. However, her damage output is much better than the actual default hero character we're going to use. So we're only going to be using her.
for the speed run.
Yeah, for the speed run. So, uh, input movements actually have a huge impact on this game. So if you press just neutral punch, you'll do a different move. You do forward and punch, you'll do kind of like a lunge attack. If you do charge down, or it's not charge, heavy down or heavy up, and moves that you do in the air, like not everybody has like the same attacks necessarily, but you do have uh, like a pretty large variation depending on which character you use. So that's the first
Indeed.
level clear. That's pretty much like just a tutorial level. You're not really you're supposed to clear it that quickly, but we're just kind of crushing it already. And outside of that, we also have the ability to change characters and enter endurance mode. So I won't be using endurance mode at all during the run because it just uses your meter and allows you to. This guy's kicking our butt. Hold on. Let's put him in the corner real quick. I'm going to talk about the combos in a second. You're going to see a lot of the combos I do later, so I don't want to spoil them. But generally, just like any beat 'em up game, I'm going to try and group enemies closer together so that we can do like way more damage and save way more time. Um, but yeah, she's kind of limited in her full amount of moves. The hero character is probably the most versatile in like the actual like tool, like attack set that he has. But some of his attacks just aren't nearly as good or have as much priority as some of the characters that you actually fight in the game. So being able to unlock all those characters makes it way more fun. Oh no, I didn't want to hit the pizza guy. I'm really sorry, pizza guy. Hey, that wasn't nice of me. All right. What else is there to talk about? So there's the dash attack, and the dash attack in this game is either done with hitting forward twice, or you can actually use the dodge button. And dodge, you can attack out of dodge, and you can also I didn't want to get hit there, by the way. You can also use it when you get down or when you just get hit in the air, and it costs a little bit of meter, but allows you to basically uh, move right after being hit. This mechanic is extremely good. In fact, you will die in this game. It took the first time I played through this game, I didn't really understand that mechanic, and so when you would get knocked down, you would just be stuck on the ground, and enemies will basically do an on the ground attack, and OTG over and over again, a lot of times killing you. And the game doesn't really explain that you can, how you can abuse the tools. Maybe it's just waiting for you to figure out. Let's jump over this biker, and we're gonna get the next set of enemies coming up. Now, these are all the bonus characters you unlock all have super moves. Oh gosh. So like that, I used the dodge. I was trying to do a little pizza trick there, but didn't get it. Jump over the biker. We're actually having a really good time right now. Pretty much every enemy you see in the game can be unlocked, just about. I'm trying to think if there's any that I'll miss.
By
What's that?
unlock, it's unlocking in random.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you good point. So yeah, the most silly part of this game is that the characters that you unlock through the main game, until you get all the characters, it's completely random. So
Indeed.
you could play this game and not on new game and just completely get unlucky and get some of the, like, maybe some of the other like boss characters or enemy characters that are just a little bit too slow to be able to do stuff. There's so many mechanics in this game that I'm gonna tell you. That's the good thing, is this game has a ton of mechanics. So yeah, there's also double jump. Why wouldn't let me scroll past the screen? Thank you, Street End. So the writing in this game is not, it's trying to be cute, but it just comes off a little like childish with the writing, but it's at the end you understand why. I'll just say that. Play this game, you'll understand why the writing is a little bad. There's already been, I looked at when I was researching this game, there's like tons of people screenshotting this game with like grammatical issues or like just like funny things in the writing. It could be intentional, like I said, but this game was made by Crazy Ants, which also is listed as Mongoose Studio, and
Yeah, indeed.
their publisher is I'm trying to remember the name of the publisher's name. I think we looked up Ralteca or something like that. They're like huge publisher, and the localization for English, because this game was made in China, is done by another indie, and it's there's only like a staff of like 5 people working on this game. So Nang Shui, Xing Xing Shang, Hao Peng, and Xing Xing Shang and Nang Shui did the art, and then it says Hao Peng and Huang Sheng did the code, and then Liang Huang did the sound. Now, I tried to look up all these people. I spent like a whole night with Fuski-san trying to figure it out, if there's any way we could ever, reach out to them. The Twitter for this game is, there's 2 Twitters for it, and it seems to be almost just deactivated is kind of the word. Like, there's only like a few posts on each, the Crazy Ant and Mongoose Twitter, and we couldn't find the names at all. Very, very strange, but that kind of is intriguing, because it means that this game is just going to be, kind of obscured because there's no one really promoting it. So like I said, I really enjoy a lot of aspects of this game. If you're into beat 'em ups, it really plays off of that. And the reason for that is it has pretty much like all the final fight, like um, bare knuckle controls that you can do. So I don't like how the start of the round is. It keeps you on your hero. Let's see if we can get that infinite. There we go. So, and it has all sorts of infinites and silly things that you can do, like you just saw me pull up there. So, like I can do, actual like, uh, you know, forward punch loop turn. I can do basically this thing called turn punch loops. You can do turn punch loops with hero in this game. You can do all sorts of really cheap things, and air combos in this game are a big part of it. It's how you get most of your damage with like follow-ups attacks. The reason that she's so cheap, the character that we're using, I'm gonna get comboed by this camp banana. Banana, by the way, is the third hardest thing to fight in this game, but you can't get rid of banana. We need to finish these guys off so we can get a good time. Sorry about that. Let's fight the boxers. We're gonna use all our super meter here. Nice, we got them in the loop. He's gonna come up. This guy, by the way, he comes up many times, so this is not like a mid boss or anything like that. We just fight this guy quite a bit. But yeah, there's also like off the ground combos where I can just, if I hit an enemy down with certain characters, I can infinitely loot them. It's very freeform in how it works. However, this game does not hold your hand at all. So what I learned recently is like, this is like basically it's like a 2-frame connection, but the reason I use the arcade stick is that it's a little more fluid for me to be able to get this. But the main combo I use with her is doing a really, it's not even, if I'm doing it right, it won't even look like a jump, and they'll be like blasting there because her jump heavy attack puts them into this like weird float fall state, and then after that I can either dash forward or sometimes just walk into the corner like that and get a nice little infinite on. Now there are health items. There's hamburgers and pizza, and that will restore my health, and there's also Coke bottles and Coke cans that will restore my super meter. Super meter is much more important to me, but I do want to be careful not to ignore my health. Oops, I hit the wrong way. There we go.
I wonder if anyone else actually got zero hit in the whole game.
Oh, so they probably did, because there's 3 difficulties for this game. So we're playing the normal standard mode, but there's also hard mode, which we beat yesterday. And hard mode is difficult, to say like the enemies. There's special types of enemies that come out, and all the enemies have more health, and the AI is much better. But the third difficulty is critical, and critical is crazy because there's an item in this game that you can get that infinitely puts you into a critical state. Which critical state in this game is when an enemy attacks you on the very frame that it's attacking you. If you press the punch button, you will basically leap forward and do a critical attack and do like a huge amount of damage to them. It is not misnamed at all. And what critical mode is, the critical difficulty, is that you're always in that mode, but so is the enemy, so you basically die in one hit. So I have not attempted it yet because I know that it's not going to be easy at all, and it's very likely there would be many resets in the run. However, normal mode is still extremely difficult, especially in the later stages when it just overwhelms you with enemies and makes you feel like you basically you have no break, no time to relax. These guys are really annoying because they put a giant like word text onto the screen. No, we don't want this to come out. They put yeah, pump it up. Oh, okay. If pump it up comes out, there's a critical attack right there. That's the first time we got that. Critical attack is actually really the fastest. However, baiting for it is not always the best option in the game. This is the boss of this stage here, stage 3. We're just gonna go ahead and now if I get hit, I have to be careful because I lose my attack chain. And if you have 100 attacks in a row, I get to do a special like word text will drop and fill the whole screen, doing huge damage to anyone who's in the middle. It doesn't hit the sides of the screen though, so you have to be conscientious of your actual 100 combo. Yep, tons of evidence in this game. Although there's a lot of like not true infinites in this game. So like this character can actually like get out of, he has his own dodge meter, so you can kind of get out of your combos for free. Drink a few cokes and we'll go on to the next stage. Stage 3 clear. Level 3 clear, and we're going on to level 4. There's honestly like I said, there's a ton of mechanics, but it depends on the character we use how much we get to see them. By the way, you can infinitely switch as much as you want. You can actually switch characters and at any state of the game. So you can use switching to dodge and sometimes even to extend your jump. So I use it in a cheap way. Sometimes if it's a really bad situation, I might too high. Her jump, her first jump is too low, and her second jump is way too high. So she has a little bit of trouble with the air enemies. But these guys, they drop bombs. This is where the game starts to get a little bit obnoxious. So you have to be extra. The bombs will kill you. It's not like you might. They will own you in about 2.
The enemy.
Yeah, it does kill the enemy too. There is a lot of friendly fire in this game with the bombs. Oh, nice. That was really good, actually. Where's the other guy? And let's go to the next section. In the door, please let me in the door. That's so sometimes walking indoors, you know, it says up. The detection on the door entering is not the best. Actually, detection on a super. So supers are just quarter circle forward. So if you're looking at like keyboard, it'd be like 2, 3, 6, like doing a normal Hadouken motion, and then pressing attack. However, that part of this game, sometimes this game likes to how shall I not register the movement, so you have to play it kind of like a really older game, like we're talking like early 90s, where like it just, if you try to do a special move too quickly, it'll just eat the inputs. So
it's like you were playing the old arcade game.
Yeah, exactly, like old arcade. Perfect. Yeah, let me in the door. See, I don't know why. I don't know how to fix that.
I think in that part it's actually only made for the keyboard.
I think so, yeah. We're gonna try and hit them. They might run into our ability. This is actually one of the harder sections of the game because these ladies really like to run around and give extra trouble.
They're the fastest character in this game.
They're not the strongest. We haven't gotten to the worst enemy in this game yet. But
there's another most annoying character.
And the reason why it's a little bit annoying is that in this game, you want to use the invincibility from your supers to get around. Like for example, the agents just now call it like a punch out missile attack. So if we don't have the invincibility from the super, we can't avoid the attack. And we have to basically stand or avoid or be in a really good position. Please let me in the door. Alright, so now we get the assassins. So the assassins are the second worst enemy to fight in this game because they only really can be hit by down attacks, and then sometimes because of the way the hitbox works for them, there's nothing you can do and you have to try and go for another attack. But if you try and attack them, fight them normally, trying to do combos and be cool and all that stuff, you're gonna have a really bad time. So, you have to play particularly lame. I'm gonna do super on this so we can skip this section much quicker. If we hit this switch, don't even worry about the enemies. We can get the door open. Did it crash? Didn't crash yet. Why did you not break? Should be breaking any second now. Please open the door. Okay, we got through. So this is lift. So normally you can ride the lift. But if you drop down, you don't have to wait on the lift and go through the typical beat 'em up elevator section. We can instead drop down and we get to fight all the enemies that you would fight on the lift at the very bottom. So at first I thought this was like a skip because I didn't see any video of anyone doing this. And if you were just to fall down straight on that ledge there, it doesn't work. You have to fall down exactly underneath the lift. But this is much faster because if you're on the elevator, even if you play fast, you have to wait for certain timings to get the enemies to come down. But this way, we get to beat up everyone much quicker. You miss one of them. Hopefully she'll run toward me, but sometimes, like I said, they just like to run away. There's nothing you can do about it. We got pretty good luck there. Nice. We got through the 4th to 4-3 already. There's gonna be more of them that drop down, so just gotta be careful here. I'd rather approach from the air than... Oh, that was excellent. Also, items. So, one other crazy thing about items in this game, items actually can ruin your combos in this game. So there's a really, really hard mode in this game called the workshop mode, where basically you fight like waves of enemies. And that mode is difficult because so many items drop onto the screen that you end up, rather than doing an attack, just picking up an item. Because it doesn't matter if you hit heavy kick, light kick, whatever you hit, you will do like whatever button you press, you'll pick up an item. So it makes it extremely hard for that reason. I want to get this guy into the corner. He can get out of the corner for free, but we still want to push him into the corner. Not all the way. You'll see why. He has a really annoying like aura electric attack, that one. And we're going to get him in endurance mode in a second. So endurance mode means that basically while he's in this mode, he does not take any knockback. He can just attack us while he's in it. But we landed our super twice time, so we actually got a fast kill there. And guess what? We're already on level 5. Current record for this game, by the way, is maybe Fusky Sky can look it up for me. But there's I think it's something. I'm gonna look it up in just a second. But he doesn't use the lift trick, and he fights more with Hero. Yeah, unfortunately I picked this up. This is harder to land on these guys. So this is the critical mode. Now, I didn't go for critical as much today, for the practice ones we were doing just before this, because it involves like certain setups to try and kind of bait the enemy attacking you, and the timing for critical is just it's a little bit too slow sometimes and too random to set up. So, but yes, the in my opinion, like if you were able to be really good with critical, you could have world record easily because it oh dang, the bombs actually did a lot of work for me. If yeah, so as you see, it pretty much one hit kills any enemy that's not like a thick boy.
Well, with one character that can do way more easily, it's the agent.
Yeah,
The
agent.
one with the guns
Yeah, that's
that
because
can do very easily.
the agent does more attacks. So certain enemies that don't attack, there's you're gonna have less chance to critical.
True.
Okay, there should be one more character that's coming up. Unfortunately, from this, the reason why Stage 5 is so hard is there's a lot of characters after this that basically can appear off screen. So they'll start off screen, and there's no way for you to hit them. It's really cheap. It's not a programming error or anything. It's just the way this game was made, where you just kind of have to respect the enemies as they load onto the screen and walk on there. So if you go too fast, you'll get it. So 5-2 is probably, I know, I think Fuski-san will agree with me, this is the most annoying character in the game, and this is the hardest stage in the game.
I'm stuck in here.
Do you want to explain why?
Well, because the character you are beating with now, it can spawn little things like a toy frog to break your combo every time. And I can keep it spawning if you're not hitting him, and he can dodge you for very far away from the another screen of your side. So, in case that you're very fast to break his combo, or you just keeping getting attack, I just until you die. That's the reason of how I die and stuck in this level.
Also, there's poison dripping from the ceiling, and it actually does combo you. So
That's only in the normal mode, but that's only available in the boss mode, in the boss fight.
in the okay, no, are you sure? I could have sworn it hit. Yeah, I know that the boss fight it's much faster. Maybe in normal mode. It's either way, it makes it impossible. And so that for me, more than the frogs or the parrots, it's the knife attack and the poison hitting you at the same time, because you're still getting hit, so you're just like stacking damage. Luckily you can avoid the parrots, but the knives, they are much wider than they appear.
True.
We made it through. That was the hardest section. This Texas Chainsaw guy, he's pretty scary, but we can put him into a nice little infinite here, and he'll always recover in the same spot because his dash is pretty slow, and his super puts out a chainsaw that lags enough that we have time to get behind him. So like that. Oh, we did a little bit wrong there.
And also you can call him Jason from Black Friday.
Oh yeah.
Or
later on, that chainsaw will actually fling back and hit you, but it's only on the last section of normal mode, so no problems. Alright, lab room. This section can go really well or really poorly, depending on if we get the critical modes quickly. You have the little green ooze item. We get that. This one right here. Quickly, we can get it really smooth sailing. I can actually relaunch this character. This is where, see, there you go. If I'd stood there, I would have been hit for about half damage. want to try and put... you can't leave these guys alone. If you leave them alone, they will spawn another small enemy on you.
So
On top of having huge... They didn't do the Tetsuo arm attack, but they can easily cause you. Alright, this is another one of those really, really annoying bosses for me. Oh, awesome. I lost my combo. Again, her jump isn't that great. We're going to double jump and try and get our whip attack in the center. We can also do use our slam attack to get down. I just want to see if I can get through. Yeah, no matter what, usually you'll get one super. And I'm not going to get the no, he used a parrot, a wind-up parrot on us right as we were coming down. Here comes another super attack. By the way, this boss can do that infinite... See, he does it now here too. Infinite amount of times. If the boss chooses to, he can do it over and over and over again. There's nothing you can do about it. Not a single thing. But the good thing is, hey, bombs at least hurt you too. Oh, don't die here. No.
no.
Okay, we're not dead because we still have our main hero character.
That's
A little bit of a mistake by me. I got pretty much... the problem was I was getting a little impatient and recovering in the air, so I got infinitely juggled by oh no, he's doing this again. The longer I let him live... Oh, by the way, we have to kill the ads now. Nice, we got critical. Okay, that's actually better than last time. We didn't lose too much time, but if we had lost our hero character, we would have had to restart at that boss section. It does checkpoint right at the boss entrance, not at the beginning of the stage. If you lost before that, you go to the back to the beginning of the stage. The game is a little bit... I don't know if generous is a nice word. A little bit nice. Just a little bit. Here's a good example of the section where enemies start off screen, so from the left and right, there's just... I just have to wait. You just gotta wait. These guys also have an extremely high dodge gauge, so any break in my attack, they can fly out of it. There's no like true combo against them. These muscle men here, we want to make sure that we are not ever underneath them when they fall on the stage. They will squish us. Ooh, are we gonna get all the agents grouped together? That's not sure how that hit me, but through this section. We're almost at the end of the game, by the way. I'm sure there's tons of stuff I didn't talk about. It is very late, but I wanted to get this mission done and do my first commentary. Fusuki-san really like... we wanted to play this game together, but there's no like client server, so when you try and play online with this game, unfortunately right now, even though we're both in Japan, we can't... When we join each other's games, we're just standing still. On my screen, I think I'm standing still, and I think I'm right, like,
Yeah,
and then
it is.
and then for him, I'm standing still, but he's watching the like stages go up, but both of us aren't doing each other, so it's completely broken. So if we get a chance to get together, you know, we'll play it. We'll definitely do co-op mode. Co-op mode would be so much fun in this game. There's definitely a ton of combos and traps that you can do.
But in the first answer, so I'm not good at this game.
Yeah, it's about having fun. It doesn't matter if you're good or not. Ah, okay. Here come the knives.
And the frog.
But they don't often do it. I haven't seen them do it on normal mode. I forgot to mention, these guys can also go invisible on hard mode. So they throw knives, they throw out... Is it a frog or is it a parrot?
No, that's frog.
It's a frog?
That's a toy.
A toy frog?
That's a toy.
Well, their wind up toys, They
Yeah.
they're a problem. Then they throw out knives. They turn invisible. They run away. By the way, they run away more than the assassins that we're fighting right now. They're just they're obnoxious. It's the most obnoxious enemy I fought a while in a beat 'em up, which is kind of there's the off-screen thing. This is the last section before the final boss coming up. Final boss kind of gauntlet. You'll see why I say that. Second.
Watch your HP. Watch your HP.
I see you. Unfortunately, there's no recovery item for me, so oh no, I forgot.
Yeah. You auto scream.
Okay. No health items. Alright, we're walking into the last stage of the game with no health items. Fun. We should be able to get some healing coming up. I definitely don't want to use Hero at the end of the game here. He's much slower. These guys, they have a lot of guard points, and they also do a ton of damage. As you see there, there's hamburger.
Think about
Try.
the bugs. Think about the bugs in the first level.
Oh. Yeah, dodging costs energy, so I don't want to have to dodge too much. These guys are easy. What? That was rude. I'm getting a lot of health items, actually. Health, by the way, health drops are generally random. There are some times when you play this game also, you can not get those critical mode items. So this section, we want to kill this little, like, creepy hole in the middle. If we don't, we have to basically fight a bunch of these little small creatures. Some characters have a huge time like fighting these like little like I don't know what to call them. Face hunters.
Corroborated characters assassin. Just think about these other things also fresh. They are corroboration, the character that we used to fight with. They're way more faster and they're way more stronger with HP.
Oh, okay. The range on the critical is not that long, so I can't rely on it for everything. However, I can still do some cool stuff with it. And we are on the office section. You see, I didn't get any. Last time I played this, I got a ton of pizza, a ton of sodas. We have nothing. Right. So, this guy, he is a problem. However, he's like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the Jason guy. We just keep him in the corner, he'll always dodge to the same place, even on the harder difficulties. And so we can use that, basically preempt, and it's usually, there seems to be like a hit count for it as well. So we can use that to preempt, like when we need to go back, dodge. If we mess it up though, he'll wake up and basically do that kick. And he also is going to go into endurance mode. Just a second here, we're going to probably be able to pull off this. We don't want to get hit by super, but any part of super you can dodge with it. I opted to use my invincibility there because I could only have dodged back. Here it comes. Yeah. He's just doing this annoying. You can unlock this. We actually have this character unlocked. I'll definitely put some incentives because he's a fun character to use, but he is extremely cheap. We want all the health items here. We're coming up to time in just a second. Once we beat this character, we have to fight one ad, though. That's on the screen. Yeah, basically, he's
And
gone. He's
his phase
Rugal.
2 is gonna come in.
Yeah, this is his awoken form. It's no junk. That claw attack, by the way, is disgusting priority. We basically cannot do anything about that. And once we get him down to a certain amount of damage, he's going to start doing a, I don't know, like, King of Fighters, like Iori type of like blast in the air. It's going to be really good once he starts doing that, because that's when we actually get free hits in. If we got hit by it, though, directly on, especially when he does the full one. Like, there it is right there. So he has a much bigger version of that. If he pulls that off, we are in front of it, we die. It's not, there's nothing we can do. But this claw attack, you have to just respect it. It's kind of obnoxious and kind of gross, but there's the normal one. I don't have the energy. I can still set up for some stuff. That's time right there. All right, 40 minutes and 31 seconds. That's pretty good.
Compared to the first one.
Yeah, but the run before this was really good. He does a really good job with Hero. It's just that, in this case, the damage output of some of the bonus characters it's borderline insane. And some of the characters have better dashes or better air attacks. So, I'd be curious to see like what combinations there are, but I'll put a list together of like 3 incentive characters, and I'll be, of course, way more hyped for them. But yes, as you can see, it was all just a kid playing with his toys. Innocent fun. Yeah, M4T-san had a record of 45 minutes and 22 seconds. This is the world record. I'm sure during the event, there's a very high possibility we could get world record or something close to it. We only had one. We didn't have any continues, and we had one character get knocked out. So nothing too crazy. Sorry, that's the new game plus. So new game is 40 minutes, but we can do that too. Comments. Final comments. Husky-san.
Yes.
Final comments.
Oh,
Should people get this game? It's only 500. It was only like 500 yen. It seems that when I checked the database, that's the lowest it's ever been. It's not. I don't think it's ever going to be lower than that. Just because the developers and everyone has stepped away from this game for support.
yeah. For people who are actually into this, I can, I don't know. Maybe you can try it. In case I was tried the first time, but I just realized I'm not good at this game. That's it.
just doubt.
Yeah.
Now there's a level
I
of
would,
difficulty gap, but
I would
the art's
recommend it
good.
though.
Yeah. I like the
Yeah.
pixel art is actually really good in this game.
The thing that I like this game is the way the camera is shaking. Like every time you move the background, you you change it every time.
Yeah, it's
And
not static.
yeah, it's not that like 2D. It's not. It's like 3D. Feels like that.
Yeah, I agree. It's really well done. Background. I didn't even think about that. Also, you can
Yeah.
destroy some things in the back. There's probably more stuff that you can destroy in the background. Some tricks that are out there, but I haven't found them all. We're still searching, but yeah, if you're interested, I'll submit this. Um, I'll do new game next time. I just realized new game plus doesn't have any, but new game is the same. New game's actually fun because it's gotcha. Like you don't know who you're gonna get.
Yeah, just
So
like roguelike.
yeah, it looks like the leaderboard also right now has No restriction and a only hero category, so you could play this game only using the hero. That's actually pretty hard.
Yeah.
Oh, he did critical mode too. Yeah, I'm